Rush. Whoever's watching, are you seeing my face or are you seeing not my face in front of me? So I need to know which way round the camera is. Yo, Maka, what's going on? Not a face, wicked. Okay, so if you just tap on your screens and you can drag the video around and you can actually see it and view it in 360. So that's what we're doing. So this is the food court over here. Not much of a food court, more of seats, and you got to take out a mortgage to eat or drink out of here. It says no vaping, but every fucker vapes, but yeah. Thankfully, hey, what's going on? Joe, what's doing? What's good? What we got here? Let me just see if I can adjust this. Not face, thankfully. Thanks, Mr. Bro Skills, you're more than welcome. So, let's have a look. Lou. Vaptio. Signature tips. Yep, you can see me. You just scroll around, hold on the screen, swipe left and right, up and down, and you see up, down, you see everything. 360. How's the audio quality? How's the feed quality? Right, so now whatever I see is what you're seeing, I believe. Nice one, Robbie F. Love the footage. There you go. See, this is the first time this has been done. You get to 360. And live scope, you can adjust it and move it around and you see literally everything. So here we go. We've got the Mi Pods, the Mi One stand just here. Bang. All the Mi Pods. Just got to show you. It's all about the pod system. Oh yeah. Nick Salts, baby. Nick Salts, baby. Let's have another look around. So here we go. AWT batteries behind me there. Let's have a look. Let's go to the V-Guard stand. It's all good. Loving it. Nice one, nice one. Thank you very much for the feedback. I'm glad to see that it's working for once. I've actually fucking mastered it, I think. So, this is the Innovat. This one's crazy. I think they're doing a giveaway on the stage right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head over to the stage quickly, show you what's going on. You might not be able to hear me, I might not talk, depends on how loud it is, but I'll stay there for a little while, then I'll move somewhere where it's a bit more quiet. If I don't interact with you, it's because it's going to be loud there. Don't look that way. So we've got 12 Monkeys and Illusions, Legend Vapors, Dinner Ladies, big stand from Dinner Ladies. I'm having to shout a little bit now because it is very loud. But if I don't interact with you, but you're gonna see all the free shit hunters. Here we go.
Once again, Vaping, make some noise for Vaping and their giveaways.
I'm gonna hold it up, you're gonna see this. Here we go.
F89, still F89. People on the right over here, make some noise, man, make some noise.
I nearly got in the fucking head.
People on the left here, make some noise here. Everyone in the middle, make some noise for Vaping right about now. Throw the stuff, guys. Can't throw the stuff. Guys, alright, we've got a soft throw in the juices. You can't throw the juices. Are you out now? Once again, Vaping out. F89. Go to Vaping on F89, still F89. Once again, guys, at 5:30 we have Ruby and Grim Green doing a seminar right behind us.
Well, there you go. I kind of missed that one, but so let's go have a look around. Let me go and show you the purge mods. These are some serious mods. So you're still sitting in front of me, guys, right? Oh look, let's say hello if I can without interrupting him. Let's say hello to Tony B. Oh, he's busy right now. We'll catch up with him. Let's have a look who we've got. Oh, you see the comments. No, you only see the floor. You can't only see the floor. You got to move it up and down. You got to touch your screen and get it central. You control it. Let's
Yeah, do all of them now. Yeah.
Hi guys, you're live.
Yo, big in the game. What's going on?
Is that 360 Josh? Yeah, look at this.
That is amazing. We're live. Well, we're at. Yes. That's all you need.
Yeah. It's all for it.
What are we saying then? What's going on?
What's going on? We're just doing a little live feed. So it's good, isn't it? YouTube live.
Check our standout. Disney, Durham's, Christian, Disney, Roots.
They could be looking behind you and you just point it. I don't know how efficient it is.
Just do it.
Yeah. Spin around. Use your screen, spin it around. Yeah. Nice one, guys. Catch up with you.
Best ginger in the game this time. Remember that.
Oh, give yourself a shameless little plug. Where's that going to? YouTube. Alright. See what else we got. It is Go and find, okay, I will do. Cloud Ripper, I will go and find them. Let me see, I will go, in fact, I'm gonna go and find them guys for you now. You can say hello. Here we go. All right, let's have a look. We've got RB Cloud Vaping over here. RB Cloud Vaping and AV. Say hello guys, we're live on YouTube, 360. Where are they? Let's see if we can find them. Let's. All right. But not that way. Let's go and have a look. Can't find them. Let's see if we can find Professor Green. Alright, let's have a look. It is bloody awesome. It's a bit quieter now, but it's really good. Let's go and see if Pro Green's got a minute. Oh look, there he is, he's having a beer. Let's see if we can interrupt him. I'm live. Do you want to get on? Get on, here we go, here's Pro Green.
I'm really e-liquids. You might think they're shit because they belong to a rapper, but I haven't just put my name to it. Those juices are the products of my very sensitive palate, which my business partner Scott from VapeJam4 will tell you is very sensitive because we went through so many versions of the fucking things, he nearly fell out with it. I'm really e-liquid. VapeJam4, Professor Green. Don't buy that shit. You don't buy that shit.
You're missing out.
Yeah, well, no, not even that. We're just not friends, innit?
Oh, there you go. That's it on another level. This is a 360 live as well.
Sick.
So.
Oh, this is all mad tech, mate. I'm like a technophobe.
Look.
Oh my god, I'm still here.
Yeah, 360.
Wait, go back to me. I'm beautiful.
I'm beautiful. I love it, Stephen, man. You're a legend. Yeah, man. Look after yourself. Pause. Sorry about the little pause. So that was just a quick thing. He's just chilling, having a beer. He's had a long, hard day. So let's see if we can find. Look, here we go. It's 4.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. 4 juice. What's going on, bro? Like, whoa, sorry, man. Like, that guy was like fucking ripped without sounding a bit gay. He was fucking ripped, bro. I don't know how mans get looking like that. Like, let's have a look. So we got Element 6 licks. Oh, look at them move, 6 licks. Banging. Jay's Vape Reviews, what's going on? Let's go see my boy Mo. He's busy as well. So the trouble is, everybody's just busy now, where they wind it down and they get a chance to talk to other people. They're busy. I'll come back to them. If someone knows or can find out where Chris is, I'll go and find him. I am on the mooch, trying to find him. Sorry, dude. No, we're back at the food court again. It's like I'm walking around in fucking circles. Right. You're live on YouTube.
Alright guys.
There you go. Firehouse Vape. Where? This is like deja vu. I feel like deja vu all over again. I've just done this one. Chris is at VapeJam. No fucking shit. Fucking hell, we've got to wake up early in the morning to catch you out, haven't we? So country fuck off or whatever it is. I can't see your name properly. Oh look, we got. It's not that away. Oh, there's one place where I haven't been where it could be 12 monkeys. Let's have a look. Chris, Chris. I'm hiding it here, you're not going to see this. I'm not giving them the time of day. Crystal clear here. Right. Where? I bet he's sitting down. Probably, there's a load of them over there. Oh, here we go. I found Shane from Big Boy, Chris, the Devil Vapor, Mad Hatter Reviews. We're live. Say hello to the people.
Am I live?
Yeah. No, you just do that bit. It's 360. They choose anywhere they want to look. So if they don't want to look at your thing,
I'm going to go right on the edge. It's a building.
Hey, hello guys. Cloud Ripper Review says hello guys. Hold that. Sorry. So look. Okay, don't look then. Fuck you. I was just about to show you, and he walks off. I was about to show you, look. So literally, move the screen, like tap on the screen and move it. So they get to see all of that.
Once again, guys.
Crazy.
Hope everyone's having fun.
Good,
VapeJam4, this is how we're doing it. We have a really big seminar happening at 5:30 PM. Ruby and Grim Green.
Oh, Ruby Green. I think I'm just going to sit here and stream it.
The industry right about now, coming on stage to the seminar area right behind the DJ booth. Ruby and Grim Green, they're going to be talking about the industry, the state of the industry once again, and their thoughts about everything. And a little question and answer session with them as well. So once again, guys, Ruby and Grim Green, 5:30 PM. We need to see everyone there. It's going to be really.
What time is it?
Really,
Someone give me a time
fun.
check. You got a time? Oh, we've got 7 minutes. So I'm going to sit here. We're going to sit here. We're touched up. You lot are going to get involved in the Q&A session with Grim Green and Ruby Roo, and I'm at the front row. So, is anybody in chat that is not here today but coming tomorrow? Joe Mack McIntyre says hello, guys. You gotta say hello. That was not very enthusiastic. That's too much. Oh my god, I thought it was Jay and Silent Bob over there in the back. You ever seen Jay and Silent Bob? Oh my god, I've done it again. Jay, say hello. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Dean. Hello, Chris. There you go. I really feel I should have brought a tripod. Have you got one? No way. How big? Yeah, some of that. I left mine as big as I want it. It depends how much of it. Oh gosh. Oh, shut up. Sounds like a rave. Well, we are at the main stage. That there, we're at the back of the stage. This is like the cinema. How do you say it? Cinemas. The speaking thing. Seminar. Yeah.
How big do you want it?
Yeah. Big enough. Nice one, Joe. Have a good one, man. Right, while they're talking, I've got to be quiet, so just listen. Is that all good for everyone? Can everybody see it?
Testing. Oh yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it really good. Can you hear it okay? All right, here you go, Nick. Yeah. I don't know. What are we doing? Is this started already? I'm making you wait 2 minutes till 5:30. Is there a Okay, I think we're just gonna start, you guys. That sounds way better. Anyway, welcome everybody. We're gonna sit up here and talk for a little bit. I am Nick. To my left side is Ruby Roo. We know Ruby Roo. We also have Kent Hill, Twisted Messes. We also have Jess Marie DHD from Double Helix Designs. We're gonna sit here and take some questions. We have our man Andy in the crowd. So if you have a question, just raise your hand and we'll get the show on the road.
Can we start it out with a round of applause for Andy? Let's give him that. All right.
Okay, does anybody have, well, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Does anybody have any questions or general things that they wanted to talk about in general? Because otherwise it's just going to be awkward. We're going to sit up here.
If you have a question, please put your hand up. Nobody? Cool, and we're done. Thanks.
What inspired you to get into YouTubing in the first place?
It kind of actually happened completely by accident. So the question was, what got you into YouTube? And it kind of just happened by accident. I was a smoker, and I got my first little e-cig guy. And you go like 2 days without having a cigarette, and it feels like a real accomplishment. To me, it felt like a real accomplishment, and I thought, there's so many people I want to tell this to, and the only way I knew how to do that was YouTube. And so I just made some videos, and then I just kept going, and I didn't stop, and I never had a plan, ever, even really still. I don't really have a plan. Everything, I just wing it. I never thought about like marketing or branding or anything that goes along with being a YouTuber. I just kind of do it because I like it, and it happened completely accidentally. Yeah, which is great.
Oh, how did I become a YouTuber? Well, just kidding. I started vaping, and I started watching lots of YouTube videos, and I was like, I could do that, right? Yeah, I've got some interesting things to say about some products. I'm a very critical person naturally, so I was like, I can, rip these products apart and put them back together and tell people about, how I feel about it. So, I just started, I made a video, and it was really bad. So if you're interested in watching some old school Ruby Roo, very cringy videos, I'd highly recommend my first one. It's pretty bad, but I got a shout out from Nick because him and I were kind of like emailing back and forth quite a bit at that point. And I was like, I'm starting a channel, and he's like, you're gonna do great, it's gonna be awesome. So I got a shout out in one of Nick's vlogs, and then people followed me, even though that first video was really bad. So all of you content creators out there, even if you're really nervous and you feel like your content sucks, it gets better with time. It's gonna be great. So that's how I started. Just was just a critical asshole who started making videos. So yeah. You were on YouTube. I think can we okay.
Yeah, let's be honest. No, just kidding. Yeah, I started on YouTube just because I started on Facebook. It was about builds, build tutorials and doing the builds, and I was on Facebook and Reddit, and people were asking me how I did stuff, and so I'd explain it again and again and again, and I got tired of explaining it via text, so I just made videos, and then I could be like, hey, just watch this video, this is how I did it. And that's how it started out. So, and I have to thank Grim Green for shouting me out too. That really helped get a lot of following. So, but yeah, that was it. It was just like the desire to create things and share it with people, and that's pretty much why I started my YouTube channel.
This defaults to me. We can talk about Star Wars if you guys wanted to talk about Star Wars or something like that. I love Episode 8. I think it's the best Star Wars that's ever existed. Second best. Empire Strikes Back, The Last Jedi. That's how it goes. I know, that's okay. I mean, you're wrong, but that's okay. That's fine. Anybody else have any other anything you want to talk about? Nothing? TPD stuff? Vape stuff? Yeah, Andy, we got some questions here in the back.
Yeah, I just started vaping 2 weeks ago, and I've gone from 35 fags a day. Cheers, thank you. 35 cigarettes a day to 2. You know, one in the morning, one night. I'm doing this constantly, but it's the only thing in 30 years of smoking that is like working. And my concern is that the government's going to get a hold of this somehow and figure out a way to gouge the prices. So how do we keep it affordable and legal and all that? You know, so other parties don't get their hands in it and screw it up.
Yeah, how do we prevent the government from taking vaping away or severely limiting it or taxing it out of existence, which is what they do a lot in the United States. They love to tax it as a tobacco product, even though, where's the tobacco? Show me. You know what? I think it's really all about staying vigilant. Kevin Skipper, who is an advocate in the United States, he always says you don't have to do everything, but you do have to do something. And I think everybody doing something small really, you know, it builds up, and you can get a good sort of grassroots campaign type of thing going. And really, it's just been an uphill battle since the beginning. I started vaping in 2010, and even back then, the state of California wanted to ban vaping. I mean, after I shot like 3 YouTube videos, the 4th video I did was about how to stop the California e-cig ban. And so it's kind of always been an uphill battle. And I think I'm more optimistic now about the future of vaping than I have been in the past. But I still think it's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be a lot of, we really need to come together. I mean, we really, really very much need to come together. Not only come together, but be aware of what's going on. Because there's things that, in the United States at least, that kind of slip through the cracks sometimes. Like a law will get passed in a state where suddenly it's a 40% wholesale tax and nobody really knew about it. They just kind of snuck it in there. So I think not only coming together, but really being aware of what's going on legislatively is really, really crucial to do. And yeah, thoughts? Ruby Roo? Jess? Jess hasn't said anything. That's okay.
Advocacy. Yeah. I think Nick really nailed it on the head there. Everybody needs to stay active and stay informed. I think that's the most important thing that a vapor can do, is be very aware of what's going on in your area, in your state, in your country, with the TPD, with anything. Stay informed, and then, in a sense, preach the vaping gospel to your smoker friends, to your family. It's not just something that vapors need to be involved with, but it's everybody. Because smoking affects so many more people than just smokers. It affects their families and loved ones as well. So if we can speak to more people about it and really get good information out there, I think that that's paramount, especially when we're talking about legislators as well. And speaking to them, reaching out to them individually is really going to keep vaping a viable option for smokers in the future. So thank you for your question.
I'm going to add something on there too. I just want to throw something on there too. What I think we need to do really is we need to get the public on our side. Vaping doesn't have a really great public image right now. In the UK, it's a lot better than it is in the United States. In the United States, it's really demonized really badly, publicly, on all the news media sources. It's really demonized. So I think getting the public on our side and showing them, look, we're doing this to not smoke. All we want to do is not smoke cigarettes. Like, it's not super difficult. And I think if we do that, you know, in a respectful way and get the public on our side, I think the court of public opinion is a very strong thing. And I think that will add, you know, extra pressure to legislators to make the right decisions, more science-based decisions than alarmist headlines that you see about formaldehyde and stuff like that. Okay, that's all I have, really. Thank you, though. That was awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff, buddy.
So I've seen a lot of stuff online at the moment about the FDA trying to ban e-cigarette flavorings. Is there anything that we can do in the UK to help prevent that happening in the States?
Not anything officially, unfortunately. The best thing that we can do in the UK is awareness, because vape awareness is universal. It's not specific to the UK or the United States or anything like that. So just having the vape awareness up in general is a really, really helpful thing. And if vaping's a worldwide thing. I talk to people from the UK and Sweden and Indonesia, and they talk to me. And so I'm sure that you all have friends in the United States or vapors in the United States that you might talk to. I mean, even just, did you do the flavor ban thing? Did you fill that out? Just keeping the awareness up is a really helpful thing, so everyone's doing it. We need as many people as we can to talk to the FDA to say, hey, flavors, right?
Were you asking specifically if it's something that you're worried about happening in the UK as well?
Yeah, so not necessarily that, but just if there was anything that we could do to voice our opinion as vapors to the FDA.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just tell your American friends to do the FDA thing, okay? Have them do the comment. Have them do the comments to the FDA and have them tell their story, in a way that a legislator or someone can understand that how much flavors have impacted your not smoking cigarettes anymore. So, thank you.
Quick question for Ruby, and then I've got Jess on the spot a bit. How was your bacon this morning?
Oh, we're going back to the bacon thing from last year. Okay, I had a feeling this would come up. Last year I dogged on British bacon and everyone booed me. British bacon is amazing. It's the best bacon ever. That's hilarious, thank you.
I was just interested to know how you got into making accessories, Jess, and drug tips.
Well, I started vaping in 2008, and there was really nothing out yet. It was super boring, so I just wanted to create something a little more fun. Girls weren't really vaping at that time, it was mostly men, so I was just trying to gear towards the women for a while, and then it just kind of blossomed from there. It was really a hobby at first, that's all it was. I didn't expect it to turn into a business.
How did you get into the manufacturing side of it? So obviously it's not something I would know how to go and start making drip tips.
Like if you wanted to make drip tips?
How did you begin, if you like?
Well, at first I started sculpting them, and that looked like crap, to be honest. I don't even, when someone comes up to me and they still have one, I'm like, ooh, yeah, I don't, who made that? That wasn't me. So I was lucky enough to have a machinist right near me, and they became really good friends with me. They've been helping me. Honestly, I just draw something on a piece of paper, and they're like, nah, no, that's not gonna work. Or they're like, okay, yeah, that's doable. So I would suggest if you wanted to get into drip tips, I don't know if that was your question or not, I'd get just a hand lathe. Try that first. And then if you get big enough, you can find a machinist.
Yeah, I don't trust myself with power tools.
Well, I just did jewelry before drip tips as well. So I feel like those kind of go a little bit together. You have accessories. Some for your face, some for your vapes. Yeah, your ears. That's part of your face. Are the ears not part of the face? Am I wrong here?
Yes, your ears are a part of your head, Nick. He's really bad at geography, everyone, as you know.
Hi, going back to the flavor ban in the US. Before the TPD landed here, we were all a bit concerned that vaping was going to die the minute TPD hit. And look, we're still here, bigger than ever. We found a lot of workarounds with short fills and stuff that kind of we can get through the TPD loopholes. If the flavor ban hits in the US, is it all over. I know the FDA's been a lot more draconian about implementation than we've got away with over here. So, I mean, you guys as juice manufacturers, like, how do you see the land if the FDA gets its way? And do you think that's even likely? Lots of questions, sorry.
I think if the flavor ban hits in the US, flavor bans also generally don't mean all flavor. It just means you can have menthol and you can have tobacco flavors. And that's usually what it means in the US. So I think that we would, I don't have a tobacco flavor currently or a menthol flavor. So I think companies like mine that, you know, focus more on like fruit and dessert flavors, I think we'd be effed in the A. But I think it would hit the industry very, very hard, and it would suck. There you go.
I mean, yeah, it would be a huge bummer. But I think if the FDA actually announced like a flavor ban and they were really strict and said no flavors, that's it. It's a law now. No flavors. There would be lawsuits. There would be appeals to this. There would be new legislation introduced possibly by a different politician that had the support of other organizations to fight against it. So even though something happens in the United States, it's not necessarily a set in stone. It's not ever over. It would just be another large, horrible stumbling block, dangle clack, if you will. That's a big dangle clack. But it certainly wouldn't be over. It would just be defeating. But then there would be more to come.
So do you think that eventually the US vapors would be able to overcome something as insane as a flavor ban?
I want to think so. I really want to think so. And I don't know, and this is just me speculating, I don't know that the FDA really wants a flavor ban. I don't think they're going to pursue like a full flavor ban. And that just might be me being optimistic. But I don't think they're going to really go after flavors. And that's why I think the comment period is so crucial. I think the more comments we can get to the FDA, I feel like Scott Gottlieb, who's the head of the FDA, is a fairly reasonable man. And he himself has said that flavors are a helpful thing. He said we can't discount that. And so I think we do have the ability to change some minds.
Hello. Oh, a bit loud there, sorry. About the flavourings again, sorry to get down on about the same thing. Speak up a bit here. The reason that they're banning the flavourings, is that due to looking at children-wise, so like the fruits and stuff like that, it's looking at the underage. So wouldn't that be the same with like alcohol? It would be,
yeah, you would think so. In the United States, we want to protect our children from everything, the world. I think that the government, okay, hold on. Wait a minute. I think that the government wants to protect kids, and a lot of the government's thought process into what they do in general is beyond me, to be perfectly honest. But I think that they're focusing so much on labelings. So if the U.S. could really pull their shit together, that would be great, and just realize that we need some labeling standards and, you know, safety standards with the bottles. Already done that. So I think labeling standards, in my opinion, and branding and marketing standards are more important than actually getting rid of flavors. Because the flavorings themselves help so many adult smokers. It's so much bigger than saving the children. And if you want to create branding that's very adult and appealing to adults, I think that that's the conversation that we really need to have, in my opinion, with legislators. It's not about the flavors, but it's about the marketing.
Because the flavouring actually helps me. I'm type 1 diabetic, so I can't eat sweets, but I can vape them, so I know exactly what Mars bar tastes like now, you know what I mean?
Exactly. The first time I tried the strawberry peach flavor, I was like, this is awesome. Yeah. I love it.
And it's not even just the flavors. Of course we enjoy the flavors because they taste delicious, but the flavors in vape it's something that further disassociates it with smoking. It makes it makes smoking farther away. You know, it really does make it easier to make that distance from smoking. And I think that's something that we really need to talk to the FDA about. You know.
I actually have a question for Jess. What was the first flavor that was like your aha moment? Because you've been vaping longer than a lot of us. What was your first aha flavor?
Well, I thought it was Mountain Dew, but it was 2008. I was buying it from China, and little did I know I was allergic to PG. So 3 days in with vaping, my nose just starts bleeding everywhere. So I thought that was my aha moment, but after that I'd have to say, I think it was a menthol grape actually, which sounds really nasty. And now I could not vape that, but at the time with such a small e-cig, it didn't work for me. The little cigarettes didn't work for me, but at that time that was the best.
Yeah, Ken, what was your aha flavor?
Dude, I used to buy my e-liquid from China direct too. It was like called e-cigs, discount-e-cigsonline.com or something crazy. And they had this camel flavor. I thought I wanted a tobacco flavor, but then I also saw they had a cotton candy flavor. And I was like, cotton candy, hold on a second. And so that cotton candy from China in 36 milligram, that got me off cigarettes like hardcore. I was into it. I would just buy that, and then I couldn't find the website after a while, and it was a bummer, but yeah, it all worked out. I think that guy over there has been waiting.
Hi guys, speaking of flavours, what's the strangest flavour you've ever had? And that's the question for everyone.
Strangest flavor? I think some of Nick's juices are pretty weird, so I've tried most of those. No, I can't think right now. Does anyone have one on the top of their head they want to say?
So many weird flavors. So back in the day, they had a Kung Pao chicken flavor that existed that I vaped. Oh no. Pizza. There was a commercially marketed pizza juice in the United States for a while. And then for a while, way back in the day, at all the vape meets, there was a liquid vendor called Blue something, Blue Cloud, something like that. And they made a crab juice, and they would take it to all the vape events, and they would film the crab juice challenge, where they would just walk up to random people and be like, hey, do you want to vape this? And you go, yeah, sure. And then their reaction, they vomit into their mouth. Crab juice. The worst flavor I ever had was a ginseng juice from China that tasted like celery and medicine, and it was just awful. There's some flavor combinations that just shouldn't exist. And pizza, and that's one of them. To be fair, it did taste exactly like pizza. Exactly like pizza. But that's not something you want to vape at all.
I didn't voluntarily try it, but at the shop I worked at, they had this juice bottle called Death Juice. And anytime anyone left their mod out, they'd drip it onto their mod. And it was 24 milligram cinnamon, menthol, pizza, beer, and pickle. I've gotten it 3 times, and I threw up in front of a customer.
Mine isn't that interesting, unfortunately. It's something. So there was a company at one point, and I won't throw them under the bus. I really hope they don't make this juice anymore. But it was a pomegranate flavor, and it tasted exactly like a candle. Just like full on potpourri candle. It was really, really bad. And I remember in the review, because I was filming myself as I'm like blindly tasting these flavors, and I was like, oh no. That tastes like a candle. There you go. Good question.
So this is a question for Ken and Nick. I just want to know how the unofficial bro trip's going without Dwayne.
You know, I miss Dwayne a lot. We've all been missing Dwayne a lot. We're gonna get Dwayne over here to the UK because you guys have to experience Dwayne because he's an amazing man. Me and Kent try our best. You know, the dynamic's a little different. We try our best. Kent actually does really well. I told you, I said you're better than Dwayne at vlogging. That's what I said.
Yeah, thank you. I remember you saying that pretty specifically. All right.
We do pretty good, but we miss Dwayne constantly. Constantly miss Dwayne.
I would just like to say from the female perspective that Jess and I also miss Dwayne a lot. Yes. Nothing?
Alright, with the big tobacco trying to muscle in the heat not vape stuff, where do we stand in that? Like in regards to them piggybacking off our 95% healthier than cigarettes?
You know, it's really easy to hate big tobacco. It is. I get it. I still dislike big tobacco a lot. There was one point a few years ago I realized that we're probably going to get help from big tobacco whether we want it or not, because it makes sense for them to get away from cigarettes and get into vaping because vaping's awesome and we all agree on that. I haven't tried the heat not burn stuff, so I don't know much about it. But I do know that in the United States at least, big tobacco is buying a lot of vape companies, lots of vape companies, and it's not like a public thing, so people will continue to buy juice and buy stuff from a company that they don't know is necessarily owned by big tobacco. And really, as a capitalist, I think, well, that's a good decision on big tobacco's part. And as a vapor, I just curl up a little bit and go, fuck you guys. Stay away. You know. But it's kind of gonna happen, and I think as long as their mission is the same, then I think that ultimately we want to get people away from cigarettes, and that should be the most important thing overall, if that makes sense. Anybody else?
Wait, I have one quick answer to your question. I think, like Nick was saying, a lot of big tobacco companies in the US are buying vape companies. And I think they're buying vape companies for the tech. And you also see these big tobacco companies coming out with heat not vape systems. So I think it almost, heat not vape or heat not smoke, might be more of a stepping stone tech that we're gonna see more of. And then we might see them getting more into the vape side of it specifically, doing more like Cigalikes, maybe pod systems, something like that. I don't know if we're gonna see like a Philip Morris mod anytime soon. God, I hope not.
I got something to add on to that. And we also have to remember that there's we look at the vape industry and the vape community like it's one large thing, but there's a lot of different segments in there. So when big tobacco comes into vaping, they're trying to get into a very large market of people, and there's a lot of people here that are much more like hobbyist vapors. You know, like we would rather get a purge mod and a dripper than like a heat not burn thing. So it's almost a different market. I don't think we'll ever see big tobacco releasing a mod. We're not gonna see the Altria RTA. So we have this kind of separate market that I think will always be our market, and then big tobacco can have whatever else they want after the convenience store type of things as well.
Hello. I just have one question about like, what's the situation in US and UK, like if you can compare, like what people tend to be like in UK, and I mean, Nick been in UK quite a few times, as as much as I know. And like, can you compare like UK and US like market and all that stuff?
Sure. UK sucks. No, I'm just kidding. That's horrible. Yeah, no, you know, it's very similar. I think if anybody here at this event went to like ECC in the United States, you'd be welcomed with open arms. It's a very warm and welcoming community. I've never had a bad experience in the UK. Everybody's always very, very pleasant and just really nice to be around, and we all have this vaping thing in common, so it feels more like a community, like we get to fellowship together, and it's very much like that in the United States as well. I mean, it's a worldwide, universal thing. Everywhere I've traveled, whether it's the UK or Ireland or Sweden or the United States, all vapors are always really welcoming towards each other, and it just feels very good. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just want another question, if that's okay. Like, I seen like on your Instagram and stuff like that, all the petitions against regulations. And do you have seen like results for that, or like proper results, or it doesn't really work?
We'll talk about petitions. So petitions are great, but they're not super effective. There's an official United States government White House petition, and you can petition the government for anything. You can petition the government to save vaping, you can petition the government to change the national anthem, you can petition them to do anything. As long as you get 100,000 signatures, they have to look at it. And that's 9 times out of 10, that's as far as it goes. So while petitions are great, and it's a real easy thing to just click a thing and do a petition, it's not a real very effective way to initiate real change